Tara, magklase na ta!
Tara, tara! Sige, sige! Let's go!
Kunin na ang radyo, hanapin ang Z-Radio. Halika na at makinig, mag-aaral tayo! Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, makinig, matuto. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, may matutuhang bago. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya. Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela. Umulan man umaraw, edukasyo'y susulong. Kaya halika na, mag-aaral tayo! Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, makinig, matuto. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, may matutuhang bago. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya. Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela.
Handog ng DepEd Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya!
Let's go!
Laging handa! Laging handa!
Bahatag tuyot, sunog, lindol, bagyo. Mga kalamidad na likas sa ating mundo. Napapahamak ang buhay at kabuhayan. Kaya naman kailangan ngang paghandaan.
Maging handa, maging alerto. Tungkulin to ng bawat mamamayan. Kaya tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa. Tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa. Laging handa.
Kalamidad ay maaasahang darating.
Sa di inaasahang oras,
Kaya naman hindi na dapat hintayin.
Unahan na habang di pa natataranta.
maging handa, maging alerto. Tungkulin to ng bawat mamamayan. Kaya tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa. Tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa. Suriin mo mabuti ang iyong kapaligiran. Saan ka pa nakatira? Diyan ba ay bumabaha? Tuwing gamot pagkain, kumot pang sindi, first aid kit. Mga gamit pangligtas ng buhay dapat mabitbit. At sakaling lumindol o sumabog ang bulkan, meron bang matagdaanan palayo sa kasawian? Panahon na ay malupit at ang hangin hagupit. Mabuti na lang na tayo ay laging nakahanda. Tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa. Tara na, kilos na, lika na, tumulong tayo. Gawin na po ang karapat-dapat na maging laging handa.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Education with the support of World Vision Development Foundation.
The Radyo Z-Eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Tingog Party List, Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Mabanglo Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Kanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Bertodazo, Apex Mining Company Incorporated, and Icon Builders and Supply.
Hoy, tara, magklase na ta! Tara, tara! Sige, sige! Let's go!
Kunin na ang radyo, hanapin ang Z-Radio. Halika na at makinig, mag-aaral tayo! Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, makinig, matuto. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, may matutuhang bago. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya. Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela. Umulan man umaraw, edukasyo'y susulong. Kaya halika na, mag-aaral tayo! Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, makinig, matuto. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, may matutuhang bago. Sa Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya. Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela.
Handog ng DepEd Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-Eskwela, siguradong masaya!
Let's go!
Today's reflection. Lamentations chapter 3 verse 26 says, "It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord." Among those who had hoped for a permanent spiritual revival as the result of the Reformation under Josiah was Jeremiah, called of God to the prophetic office while still a youth. In the youthful Jeremiah, God saw one who would be true to his trust and who would stand for the right against great opposition. "Say not, I am a child," the Lord bade his chosen messenger. "For thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee." For 40 years, Jeremiah was to stand before the nation as a witness for truth and righteousness. In a time of unparalleled apostasy, he was to exemplify in life and character the worship of the only true God. During the terrible sieges of Jerusalem, he was to be the mouthpiece of Jehovah, naturally of a timid and shrinking disposition. Jeremiah longed for the peace and quiet of a life of retirement, where he need not witness the continued impenitence of his beloved nation. His heart was wrung with anguish over the ruin wrought by sin. The experiences through which Jeremiah passed in the days of his youth and also in the later years of his ministry taught him the lesson that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. He learned to pray, O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. When called to drink of the cup of tribulation and sorrow, when tempted in his misery to say, my strength and my hope is perished from the Lord, he recalled the providence of God in his behalf and triumphantly exclaimed, it is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him.
Gikan sa bubuhat, Davao de Oro, tuburan sa paglaon. Sa Davao ay iyong mahuswagon. Ang kaanyang mong makabibihan, talag sa undas sa kahitasan. Kamukiran sa lumang ialimahan, bunga sa karagayan. May pagluban, yuta mong nagmadagayaon, mga anak mong mahigugmaon. Ipalikon sa bayanihan, iumol sa panaghiusa, sa timuang may mapeya at sa pagtinabangan may kalamluan. Bibihan, talag sa unggas sa kahitasan, kabukiran sa lumang ialimahan, bunga sa kalagayan. Davao de Oro, kanimo nagagikan among kabulahanan. Davao de
One beautiful morning mga Z-Eskwela. Oras na to, 21 minutes after 10 o'clock. Again, good morning sa inyong tanan. Welcome po to the first hour of Radyo Z-Eskwela. Ziguradong masaya. Only here at 88.5 FM. Z-Radio, Ziguradong lingaw, Ziguradong kuyaw. By the way, that time check was brought to us by Maverick Builders Incorporated. Also brought to us by Mitch Construction and Supply. Makauban News Teacher JL hantod alas 12 sa udto ug sila Teacher Drew and Maymay hantod alas 2 sa hapon karong adlaw for today's edition of Radio Z-Eskwela. And today is an exciting Wednesday because it's Science Day today. And for today's lesson presentations mga Z-Eskwela, we'll start off with grade 7 science, parts of the microscope. That's going to be presented to us by Ma'am Rosalie A. Alcocer, Teacher 2 of Nabuntura National Comprehensive High School, and Bonnie Jean P. Bernadas, Teacher 1 of Attorney Orlando S. Rimado National High School. That's going to be for our first hour. And for our second hour, we have grade 8 science. That's going to be given to us by Ma'am Sushmita Dayanara M. Rilampagos and Ma'am Elizer Ribucas of Monte Vista National High School. Or Sir Beto? Right. Okay, I apologize. And we have at 12, we will be having grade 9 science, and at 1 o'clock, we're gonna have grade 10 science. Okay? Abangan niyo po ang mga lesson presentations natin ngayon mga Z-Eskwela. And of course, naka-live po tayo sa ating tatlong Facebook pages. We have Facebook Live at Z-Radio 88.5 FM, DepEd tayo Division of Davao de Oro, and Radio Z-Eskwela, DepEd Davao de Oro. And naka-live din po tayo sa Radio Z-Eskwela DDO YouTube channel natin mga Z-Eskwela. And of course, if you have questions, kung may gusto kayong batiin din at the same time, all right, all you have to do is, of course, text us at 0953-211-3492. That's again, 0953-211-3492. Ang ticket niyo po para makapag-text kayo sa amin. Okay? And of course, pwede rin kayo mag-comment sa comment box natin sa FB Live at Z-Radio 88.5 FM and DepEd Division of Davao de Oro and Radio Z-Eskwela, DepEd Davao de Oro. Maghihintay po kami sa inyong mga messages and pabati dyan. Okay? Right, and 4 days to go bago mag Valentine's Day. So pwede rin kayong bumate sa mga mahal nyo sa buhay. Happy Valentine's Day in advance sa kanila. Okay? So let us know. Our lines are open mga Z-Eskwela. And of course, sabi ko nga magkakasama tayo hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali. Okay, for our first lesson presentation mga Z-Eskwela, we're gonna be giving grade 7 science, parts of the microscope. And that's gonna be presented to us by Teacher 2 of Nabuntura National Comprehensive High School. That's Ma'am Rosalie A. Alcocer, and her creative resource material developer si Ma'am Bonnie Jean P. Bernadas, Teacher 1 of Attorney Orlando S. Rimano National High School. Kaya mga Z-Eskwela, it's another exciting Wednesday to delve deep to the wonders and infinite possibilities of the world of science. Kaya mga Z-Eskwela, ihanda na mga modules. Tara na, magklase na ta.
Good morning, our dear grade 7 science learners. Welcome to another session of School on Air in Science, where learning is fun and easy. I am glad to be with you for another quarter of discovery and aha moments as we take up new insights and ideas. This is your teacher presenter, Teacher Rosalie Alcocer, and together we'll uncover the wonders of science. In this session, we are going to talk about the parts of the microscope. It is important to know the function of each part before using a microscope. We will learn more as we start. Make sure your modules are ready, and let us go through the different parts. Let us learn. This presents the lesson objectives. Let us try. This is the pre-test, a test to evaluate your preparedness for further studies and check on your previous knowledge. Let Us Study presents the new lesson to be taken up in your module. It is where the objectives will be taken up. Let Us Practice gives exercises that help you in your discovery and understanding of the concepts. The lesson is presented while doing the exercises. Let Us Practice More presents additional exercises, more practice, more discoveries. Let Us Remember summarizes the lesson with a recall activity to roll all the objectives in the lesson. Let Us Assess is a test at the end of the lesson that should check if learning is achieved. Let Us Enhance. This activity strengthens mastery of the lesson. The learner at this point already have all the learning objectives achieved. Let Us Reflect presents real-life application of the concept. It will aid you to incorporate your learnings on your day-to-day activity. This learning resource class hopes to engage you into a guided and independent learning. Take charge of your learning pace, and in no time, you will successfully meet the targets and objectives set in this module, which are intended for your ultimate development as a learner and as a person. Hope that you will have fun while going through this material. Before going through, here are some reminders. As you go through with the different activities of this module, be reminded of the following. Number 1, use the module with care. Do not write anything on this module, and remember, others can still reuse this. So, have fun. Number 2, don't forget to answer Let Us Try. These questions checks your previous knowledge of the lesson. Number 3, read the instructions carefully before doing each task. Number 4, always observe honesty in answering the questions. Number 5, finish the task at hand. Check and review before proceeding to the next task. And lastly, return this module to your teacher once you are done. This is important for your teacher's assessment if you have grasped the lessons in the module. If you have encountered any difficulty in answering the tasks in this module, do not hesitate to consult your teacher or facilitator. Always bear in mind that you are not alone. We hope that through this material, you will experience meaningful learning and gain deep understanding of the relevant competencies. You can do it. After going through this module, you are expected to, number 1, enumerate the parts of a microscope. Number 2, determine the function carried out by each part of the microscope. And number 3, discuss the importance of microscopes in scientific investigation. Now, let us try to answer the following questions to test your previous knowledge. Ready? Number 1. It is used to enlarge the image of an object. It is also used to see objects that can't be seen by the naked eye. A. Camera. B. Flashlight. C. Microscope. D. Television. The answer? Correct. Letter C, microscope. Number 2. It is attached to the nosepiece. It magnifies the specimen. A, arm. B, diaphragm. C, objective lens. D, stage. Yes, the answer is letter C, objective lens. Number 3. It is where one looks through to see the image of the specimen. A, body tube. B, eyepiece. C, nosepiece. D, objective lens. Answer, B, eyepiece. Number 4. It is a long tube that holds the eyepiece and connects it to the objectives. A, base. B, body tube. C, eyepiece. D, nosepiece. The answer, B, body tube. Number 5. It is the rotating part of the microscope at the bottom of the body tube. It also holds the objective lenses. Letter A, base. Letter B, body tube. Letter C, eyepiece. D, nosepiece. The answer, D, nosepiece. Number 6. It is the part of the microscope that is used to carry the microscope with. A, arm. B, coarse adjustment knob. C, fine adjustment knob. Or D, stage. The answer? Yes, it's A, arm. Number 8. It is a small round knob on the side of the microscope used to fine-tune the focus of your specimen after using the coarse adjustment knob. Letter A, diaphragm. Letter B, fine adjustment knob. C, stage. D, stage clips. Answer? Yes, letter B, fine adjustment knob. Number 9. It is a large flat area under the objectives where the slide is being placed for viewing. It also has a hole allowing light to pass through. A, stage. B, fine adjustment knob. C, coarse adjustment knob. D, stage clips. The answer is A, stage. Number 10. It is responsible for holding the slide in place on the stage while viewing. A, base. B, diaphragm. C, mirror. D, stage clips. The answer is D, stage clips. Number 11. It supports the microscope and enables the microscope to stay in an upright position. A, base. B, body tube. C, mirror. D, objective lenses. Answer is A, base. Number 12. It controls the amount of light reaching the specimen. A, base. B, diaphragm. C. Eyepiece, or D. Nosepiece? The answer is B. Diaphragm. Number 13. It is the source of light which is usually found near the base of the microscope. A. Arm, B. Base, C. Body tube, D. Mirror. The answer, D. Mirror. Number 14. When using the microscope, the object or the specimen becomes A. Larger, B. Smaller, C. Nothing happens, D. C only. The answer, the object or the specimen becomes A. Larger. Number 15. When focusing on the specimen under the microscope, what would happen if you move the slide to the right? A. The image will continue to move to the right. B. The image will move to the left. C. The image will not move. The answer, B. The image will move to the left.
The Radyo Z-Eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
We're back. Please check your modules on the Let's Study part and we will begin the discussion of our lesson. Can you recall the smallest thing that you have ever seen? How do those things or objects interact with people? How do you think scientists able to view and observe the overall characteristics of some very small objects or those which cannot be seen by our naked eye? People are naturally curious creatures, always exploring things to better understand the world around them. Because of this curiosity, several tools and equipment were invented to help them explore and discover the mystery behind objects' origin. Currently, the world is facing this COVID-19 pandemic, which took millions of lives around the globe. Many were shocked on how this virus spread and was transmitted from human to human. Even before COVID-19, many microorganisms have caused death to millions of people. However, scientists were able to mitigate these problems. How are scientists able to come up with solutions to stop outbreaks? What did the experts do to study the characteristics of a certain bacteria or viruses? People are curious creatures. We are eager to look for a solution to understand the world better. Because of our curiosity, we were able to invent tools that can be of use in helping us understand and explore the world around us. Scientific study requires tools and equipment in dealing with advancement and be able to create a concrete information about certain things. Therefore, the invention of instruments helps scientists, doctors, nurses, and other medical experts to extend the limits of their human senses. Have you ever witnessed your father, your mother, or your grandparents read a newspaper using an eyeglass? Why do you think they use such? Eyeglasses are used by some adults to see images in larger magnification. Hence, they use eyeglasses in reading newspaper for them to clearly see the small letters found in the reading material. Like an eyeglass, a microscope is invented instrument used to enlarge the image of an object which cannot be seen by our naked eye. Many scientists use microscope to study the physical and internal characteristics of organisms. Microscopes are used to unveil the hidden mystery of life, such as the structure of living things, chemical composition of substances, and other characteristics that cannot be seen by the human eye. Microscopes are of different kinds. The most common microscope used in school laboratories is the compound microscope. Here are its parts and corresponding functions. Eyepiece or ocular lens. It is where the individual looks through and makes one able to see the object. Coarse adjustment knob. It is a large, round-shaped adjusting knob on the side of the microscope used to move the upper part of the microscope to focus an object or a specimen. Body tube. It is a long tube that connects the objective lens attached to the revolving nosepiece and eyepiece. Fine adjustment knob. It is a small, round-shaped knob used to fine-tune the focus of the object or specimen. The arm. It is the part of the microscope where you can hold and carry the microscope with. Revolving nosepiece. It is a rotating portion of the microscope under the body tube that holds the objective lenses. Objective lens. It is a mini tube-like part of the microscope attached to the nosepiece that is used to magnify the object or specimen. The longer the objective lens, the larger the image of the specimen. Stage. It is a flat-like disc area under the objectives that is used for viewing. It allows also light to pass through. Stage clips. It is used to hold the slides in place. Diaphragm. It controls the amount of light that is directed to the object or specimen. Mirror or light. It is the part of the microscope that captures light which is usually found near the base of the microscope. Base. It supports the entire microscope. At this point, you are already familiar with the different parts and functions of the microscope. Now, you will practice these given exercises which can help you discover and understand the concept. We will start with Activity 1. Your part looks familiar, in which you are expected to identify the parts of the microscope and its function after you are done. Kindly turn your module on Let Us Practice activity. Check the parts of the microscope. Name the parts of the microscope asked for each number. Choose your answers from the group of words in the box. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. These are the words to choose from: coarse adjustment knob, eyepiece, body tube, arm, stage clips, fine adjustment knob, nose piece, objective lens, stage, diaphragm, mirror, base. Again, these are the words to choose from: coarse adjustment knob, eyepiece, body tube, arm, stage clips, fine adjustment knob, nose piece, objective lens, stage, diaphragm, mirror, base. I will give you 30 seconds to answer the activity. Are you ready? Okay. And your timer starts now. Are you ready for another activity, learners? Very good. Our activity 2, Puzzle Me, is another fun and discovery learning task which can help you identify the parts of the microscope and its functions at the end of that activity. This is a crossword puzzle with clues. Answer and complete the puzzle using the clues as your guide. Some of the items are already provided to guide you. Let's start. Number 1, downward. An area where you can place the slides for viewing. Number 2, across right. An area from which you can view the object or specimen. Number 3, across right. You cannot carry the microscope without holding the blank. Number 4, across right, allows you to adjust the magnification of the viewed objects or specimen. Number 5, across left, allows you to adjust the magnification of the viewed objects or specimen. Number 6, across right, allows you to adjust the magnification of the viewed objects or specimen. Number 7, across left, allows you to adjust the magnification of the viewed objects or specimen. Number 5, upward. Allows the microscope to stand in an upright position. Number 6, across right. Adjusts the light that passes through the specimen. Number 7, downward. This holds the eyepiece and the objective lenses. Number 8, across right. This makes sure that the slide is in place on the stage. Got all the answers correct? Another job well done, learners. To summarize the lesson, let us try to remember the following concepts and ideas by filling in the correct answers needed. Here's the procedure. Complete the graphic organizer by filling up the map with the words that describe the parts of the microscope and their functions. Kindly get your notes and try to answer the following questions to complete the map. Here's the following questions. Map 1. What is a microscope? Map 2. Enumerate the 12 parts of a microscope. Map 3. Explain how scientists and medical experts study very small organisms. Map 4. What is the importance of microscope in scientific research? I will give you time to answer with a short break. Have fun answering, learners!
The Radyo Z-Eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
We're back, learners! For the last part of our radio-based instruction today, we will try another activity to test your gained knowledge. Please open your modules on Let Us Assess part and try to answer the questions given. Please have your pens and notes ready as I read each item, and we will check your answers right after each question. Number 1. It supports the microscope and enables it to stay in upright position. Letter A, base. Letter B, body tube. Letter C, mirror. Letter D, objective lenses. The correct answer is letter A, base. Number 2. It controls the amount of light on the specimen. A, base. B, diaphragm. C, eyepiece. D, nosepiece. The answer? Yes, B, diaphragm. Number 3. It is the source of light and is usually found near the base of the microscope. A. Arm. B. Base. C. Body tube. D. Mirror or light. The answer? D. Mirror or light. Number 4. It is attached to the nosepiece. It magnifies the specimen. A. Arm. B. Diaphragm. C. Objective lens. D. Stage. Answer, yes, it's letter C, objective lens. Number 5. It is where one looks through to see the image of the specimen. A. Body tube. B. Eyepiece. C. Nosepiece. D. Objective lens. The correct answer is letter B. Eyepiece. Number 6. It is a long tube that holds the eyepiece and connects it to the objectives. A. Eyepiece. B. Body tube. C. Nosepiece. D. Objective lens. The correct answer is letter B. Body tube. Number 7. It is a rotating part of the microscope at the bottom of the body tube. It also holds the objective lenses. A. Base. B. Body tube. C. Mirror. D. Objective lenses. The answer? Letter A. Nosepiece. Number 8. It is the part of the microscope that is used to carry the microscope with. Letter A. Base. Letter B. Body tube. Letter C. Mirror. Or letter D. Objective lenses. The correct answer is letter A. Arm. Number 9. It is a large knob used to move the upper part of the microscope to focus the specimen. A. Coarse adjustment knob. B. Body tube. C. Mirror. D. Objective lenses. The correct answer is yes, it's A. Coarse adjustment knob. Number 10. It is a small round knob on the side of the microscope used to fine-tune the focus of your specimen after using the coarse adjustment knob. Letter A. Fine adjustment knob. Letter B. Body tube. Letter C. Mirror. Letter D. Objective lenses. The answer? Letter A. Fine adjustment knob. This time, we will check how well you have mastered the lesson with this another activity. Let us enhance. In this activity, the words are scrambled. Words that describe the parts and functions of the microscope. Unscramble the letters to form a word using the following clues. Please have your pens and notes ready. Number 1. Blank is a curved glass that bends light on the object of specimen. Number 2. Diaphragm is the part of the microscope that controls the amount of light on the blank. Number 3. To transfer a microscope, use the blank to carry it. Number 4. Blank holds the objective lenses. Number 5. The glass slide is placed on the blank for viewing. Let us now check your answers of our activity. The answer for number 1 is lens. For number 2, specimen. For number 3, arm. Number 4, nosepiece. And number 5, stage. Good job, learners! You are almost done with this session. Make a reflection of what you have learned from the parts of the microscope and their functions as part of your applications and grasping of ideas and concepts. In your notes, answer the following question. How do microscopes help scientists in making their observation? Now we are done with our lesson. Good job, class! Thank you for doing your best in each activity. You have explored another nugget of new concepts and ideas, as much as you have enjoyed the session. According to Tim Minchin, science is simply the word we use to describe a method of organizing our curiosity. Thank you for listening, learners. This is Teacher Rosalie Alcocer of Nabuntura National Comprehensive High School with my content developer, Teacher Bonnie Jean P. Bernadas of Attorney Orlando S. Rimando National High School. Until our next meeting, good day and God bless.
Radyo Z-Eskwela Executive Committee. The School's Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members, Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangi, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Dalan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland T. Yu, Donna D. T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riven Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banias. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian and Hara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istaniol, Richard H. Arellano, Glee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Arais.
nasaman good. Listen to the music and it feels so good. Ay gundang ihangtot, may papuntagan pero lingaw man pod. Sa balay man o trabaho, bisan nasaman ka mo adto. Giving you the best music, diri lang sa Z-Radio. Kahit ang adlaw siguradong lingaw, dili magpaulahi kay siguradong tuyaw. Para sa Bulawanon na probinsya, Z-Radio. Sa Bulawanon na pasilya, Z-Radio. Kahit ang adlaw siguradong lingaw, dili magpaulahi kay siguradong tuyaw. Para sa Bulawanon na probinsya, Z-Radio. Sa Bulawanon na pagsibya, Z-Radio. Don't stop sa Z-Radio, tagaan mong lingaw. Kay giving you the best music and everything, that's what make us proud. So turn your radio up, don't stop. Chillin' while tune in sa radio. All day, all night, dito yun lang sa Z-Radio. Isa no gasa pakapadulong, sa balay man o trabaho. Giving you the best music and everything, dito lang sa Z-Radio.